Right then, scout report time, and some of you see your ass with some of the scout reports that we do. It isn't going to deter me, so don't worry about that. In terms of like why we're looking at players like this, they're never going to amount to nothing, and blah 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 blah. Well, Real Madrid are doing great guns in recruiting South American talent at the moment, getting them into the first team and seeing what they are made of. Benfica have got an illustrious sort of history with bringing through young South American talent. Rafael and Fabio didn't do too bad for United. United have messed up. Anderson could have been a little bit better, but was okay. I think it's a well we can go to. And I think the value for money is there with us to go and try stuff with players. Real Madrid, like I said, are doing an absolute madness with it at the moment. And there's some genuinely brilliant South American talent playing in Europe at the moment, and it's going for absolute peanuts. You can't go to the Premier League because of the cost. Once they play for a team that's in the Champions League, the cost is outrageous. The cheap place to get genuine quality players at the moment is Brazil and Argentina. There's a young lad, 16, attacking mid or a right winger, playing for River Plate at the moment, called Franco Mastantuono. And he is one of the most highly regarded young talents in world football. It really isn't hard to see why. When you watch him, he stands out immediately. There is a real feel for the ball. He's got, as you would expect from a South American winger, fantastic ball manipulation. It sticks to his feet like glue, even when he's traveling at high speed. He's an excellent, excellent ball carrier. He is effortlessly smooth on the ball, and although I don't think he's like blisteringly quick, he's got that ability to sort of glide through stuff, which makes him a little bit different to the sort of average South American technical forward, with a different sort of physicality along with the technical ability. He's 5'11", which is not bad sort of height. Certainly for a 16-year-old, you'd expect him to maybe just nudge over the other side of 6 foot once he finishes growing. But he does have the height. He does have outrageous potential to improve physically once he fills out and grows a little bit older. And despite not filling that frame out just yet, he's well built, and he's got a real ability to keep the ball under intense pressure in a men's game, as well as using the physicality that he already has. He's very comfortable receiving the ball under pressure where people are tight onto him. And he's able to balance and hold opposition off using his frame real nice. He's got a real way of using his body that you generally don't see until you get to a bit older. Now, the technical ability is evident in the attacking areas. He's an excellent striker of the ball, constant threat from set plays, seems to have pretty good awareness of what's going on around him. And alongside the strength, which is, receiving the ball, scans really well. There's a geezer on Twitter last week, like, what's your obsession with scanning? What's your obsession with not understanding football? Scanning is one of the most important things in football. Like, a player that scans is a player that's going to have time on the ball. And if you've got time on the ball, you can be more accurate with your decision making and your passing, and you can just start making things happen. Players that are just head down, focus on the floor, they're not that good. And they get found out eventually. Players that can play with their head up and look around them, they're dangerous. And this kid's dangerous. He's a threat linking up. See excellent give and goes around the box with him. He's got real sort of game intelligence in the final third. And that intelligent side to his game, I think, has allowed him to be really effective in sort of picking up pockets of space between the lines and having the ability to be able to turn in those tight spaces. He's also got a bit of variance in his movement as well. You kind of don't know what he's going to do next. He can run direct. He can peel off. He can dribble. He's a bit of a dynamic, bit of a handful. And he has all those attributes that you're going to want out of possession. He's got a real positive reaction to both loose balls and losing the ball, and he seems to have a massive desire in him to track back for the ball and win the ball back for his side. I would say by no means is the defensive side of his game a strength, though, and he engages fairly well in defensive situations, but I think he lacks the ability to engage constantly. And I think he can be weak in his duels at times. I'm going to put that down to his age and playing men's football. Another area of his game that I think requires a little bit of looking at and development might be using his weaker foot. He's very, very one-footed, and obviously that left foot is very good, but adding a little level of ambidexterity to his game would make him more of a threat and a better player. If he adds that to his game, I think it could also help decision-making and improve and open up a load of new angles for him. And if he did add that, his ability in possession would be quite scary, actually. And despite his age, he looks very relaxed on the pitch, and he's made that step up to senior football look seamless. He looks like he's too good for this level already at 16. That's massive. So, outstanding attributes, in and out of possession, level of maturity to his game at 16. Big clubs are coming knocking. So, this is another one where you're going to have to go and get him done now. River Plate have just secured his future with a new contract and an enormous release clause. That tells you what they think about him. But I wonder, is this time for United to go and make some inroads into South America with our new sort of football front office? Get some sort of a link up with River, because there's some absolute talent coming from River Plate of late. And I would like to see United start getting dibs on these rather than watch them go Benfica and Real Madrid and elsewhere and then be worth 100 million in about 18 months. It just makes business sense to me. Anyway, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Have you seen much of this kid? What are you seeing in this kid? Get it in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Laters.
People are asking me all the time, I want to get into hiking, I want to get into camping, I want to get into all of this sort of outdoor stuff. What do I need?
Hey, thank you for watching the video. If you are new around these parts, then don't forget to subscribe. My channel is proudly supported by my community on Patreon. If you'd like to get a little bit of extra content, a Discord group, meetups, five-a-side games, weekly podcasts, behind the scenes, and even an occasional bit of transfer news as and when I get it, then for the price of a pint, you can show your appreciation for the content that we make and get some goodies for doing so as well. Check the link in the description or click the button right here. You'll also find all of my socials here too if you want to follow me on any of those platforms. Nice one.